You know, guys, if I think of all of what we've gone over here today in terms of the future technologies and how they apply to our customers and how to go to market on this, you know, the phrase of glad to be here is the thing that still sticks out of my mind most. And Sean, I'll start with you. You know, your career, you were a senior solution architect at Great-West Life on the customer side. Then you went to Dell in the heydays and saw that explode in terms of all the transformation activities they applied to the market. Then you moved on to NetApp, where they had another big explosion, really just hit that at the right timing. And now you've been here at Longview. And what does it mean to you? What makes you glad to be here and this time in the technology market?
So, great question. I think there's a couple of things there. Number one, I was very lucky to work for some great companies. But the key thing about that is it taught me a lot along the way, right? Number one thing is I was a customer before, and I then moved to a manufacturer, and now I'm over at Longview. Nice thing about it is I've gotten to see every single perspective from a customer side, a manufacturer side, now on the partner side. And so I believe it gives me kind of an advantage when I'm actually in there with some of the customers and from a sales perspective. So also one of the key things is it allows me to really put together solution sets. I never had that availability when I was out on the manufacturing side. All I can do is I was pushing product is what it felt like. No hard feelings with any of the manufacturers out there. I mean, it wasn't a bad thing, but the fact of the matter is now I can put together these solution sets that really matter. I can put it together from end to end, and I can impact the business. So that is something that's really impactful for me, and it makes me glad to be here.
And Ross, you know, you're in a similar boat as well, where you've worked out in California for years and 11th biggest GDP in the world, building some of the biggest VARs and Cisco partners out there from nothing to billion-dollar organizations. And now here you are at Longview Systems on that same trajectory to build out our Cisco operations and our overall business. But what made you choose here, and what makes you glad to be here at this time in technology?
Well, very similar to Sean's experience. I've had the good fortune to work for some amazing companies, amazing manufacturers, very large, worldwide VAR present type businesses. And the thing that excites me most about Longview is the true entrepreneurial spirit. To build the Cisco practice is an exciting opportunity that these type of opportunities don't come along very often in your career. I've been on the other side. I've been with a major, quote unquote, major player in a major market. And I've seen how that business was built. And I'm bringing with me some of that knowledge, but I see some different capabilities within Longview that are really exciting for me, but also for our partnerships with Cisco and EMC and NetApp. They're excited to do business with us. And I love that entrepreneurial spirit, the can-do attitude that everyone here, all the way up through the executive team has. That makes me glad to be at Longview.
Fanatical execution, as we say.
Absolutely, every day.
Every day. And, you know, and I got to ask final question, top 5. So we went through some extraordinary technologies here today, from the Internet of Things to the next phase in mobility. Then we went on to next-gen healthcare, onto that to the cloud technologies, onto that in terms of advancements in the oil and gas space for exploration. But you had to choose one. What strikes you most is the most compelling area right now? Shano, go with you.
I would have to say the Internet of Things, right? And the reason the Internet of Things is so impactful from my perspective is that it really touches every one of the segments that we talked about today, right? And so from my perspective, it allows me to have conversations with our customers, with the sales organization that I believe are really changing the direction of the business, and also allowing me to put together, as I talked about earlier, solution sets for the customers that are changing and revolutionizing technology.
Yeah, and we use often the healthcare example of that and what's happening in the medical field. And we may not be the doctor, but we're building the infrastructure to enable those doctors of tomorrow.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's one of the things when you talked about glad to be here, right? You know, going back to that, I mean, we are putting together solutions that are changing lives in some perspective, not directly impacting it, but absolutely we are getting the data quicker so that they can potentially create medical equipment quicker, or medicines, or maybe actually even save lives.
Can agree. Top customer you want to go talk to next week?
I would say a couple of them, right? We have Chipotle out there. We have National Jewish. We have, Exempla. I want to talk to them all. So let's get started.
All right. And Ross, for you, top trend?
Alistair, I would have to agree with Sean. It's the Internet of Things. It's cutting edge, yet it's ambiguous. We use it every day. It's something that can touch lives in almost every aspect of whether it be business, your social life. That's exciting to me. The ability to help people change. We might not be the doctor, but we're enabling. We're an enabler. We're giving them solutions to benefit their clients, and that's exciting.
Yeah, and of course, top customer you want to go talk to next week?
I mean, I hate to keep stealing from Sean, but I mean, Chipotle is something all of us touch. It's a restaurant chain. We're all familiar with it, but how can we help what we would think would be a static type business? How can we help them touch more people in a different way? Going down into the Houston market, the Anadarkos and the Hesses of the world. Those are exciting opportunities. And again, like Sean also said, it touches every aspect of what is the core foundation of Longview.
I agree. And for me, I actually got to go with the advancements in the oil and gas space for exploration. When I think of the pedigree of Longview Systems of 14 years in that space, here we are, we have an opportunity to go into hyperdrive in terms of what we're doing there with the data centers in the box that we can put out at remote drilling sites, so the connectivity that we can bring together with mobile solutions. It's truly an exciting time for us in that field, and I can't wait to see where it's going from here.
Absolutely.
So with that, I think we're all glad to be here. Couldn't be a better place. And I think the final thought is just a huge thank you to all of you. This is a tremendous opportunity out here at Sales Kickoff. And at the end of the day, it is with our sales organization, marketing organization, business development teams, strong executive teams, all working, collaborating together. And that's what makes a Longview. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
I have one more question.
Oh, what's that?
Can I finally get down from this thing?
Oh, yeah. You can get down now.
Let's go sell something.